Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully there should be a sound. Way, we're in. Amazing. So let's go. Sweet. How are you doing? We're going to do some technical analysis on some of our channel favorites. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin because Bitcoin's been selling off. We're going to look at Virgin Galactic, some Neo, and some of our other channel favorites. And also, if you guys want to ask me anything, then yeah, we can go through some of that as well. So let's just start and have a look at the S&P 500 because markets have just opened in the last 20 minutes and I've not even looked down my portfolio today. But I thought I'd dive on in YouTube and have a good old little gander, see what everyone's up to. And let's have a look. So we've got the SPY is up near all-time highs again, and the NASDAQ is flat on the day. So I put in a sell order on a CFD platform on Facebook because we're at all-time highs and we're near the RSIs, near the top, near the 70 layer. So I'm looking for a small sell-off to come down as we see that inflation data come in by the 10th of June. We've got more data coming out for CPI data, and I reckon inflation is going to be priced in even higher this month, although the markets will be expecting it. So it shouldn't be as dramatic, but we're probably going to get a little bit of bleeding in the market over the next kind of week or two, just a small bit, maybe a few percent. So obviously with that, I'm selling Facebook on my CFD platform, and you can see that the chart for Facebook is quite volatile, and we are at a double top at all-time highs. So just looking for that small pullback. And we've got Tattooed Chef, which is another stock that we're holding. I love this stock so much, and recently this stock has gone on a tear. Look at this, from $16 all the way up to $23, which is amazing over the last 2 weeks. So I'm pretty excited to see where this is going to go in the next few weeks. And also Virgin Galactic, another channel favorite that we've been talking about, and I've been putting out a lot of buy orders on the Patreon for this stock, especially around that $15 range. And then we got some good news that they are doing those test flights coming out, and they were really successful, and this stock jumped up over 100% in the last 2 weeks. So that is like amazing. Absolutely love that. So yeah, really happy with some of these plays that we've been doing. But Bitcoin, just want to have a quick look on here at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin's doing today. Flatlining on the day again. That market cap has dropped down 300 billion, which is just crazy. I can't believe that Bitcoin is now at 36,000, and that was all instigated from Elon Musk. But it's worth knowing that we've got so much good news coming out on a lot of the plays moving into the next year. So I'm just holding strong. I think that this is an absolute buy the dip opportunity on a lot of these plays because nothing fundamentally has changed. It was just a tiny bit of news about obviously the emissions in China and China locking down. But if we look at the charts on Bitcoin, it's just amazing like how this chart just went on a soar. We've corrected 30%. Actually, let's get the Bitcoin chart up on here or on cryptos. It'll be much easier for us. And then we can have a look into where it's going right now. So Bitcoin right now is at 38,000 to 36,000. We're in a range of consolidation over the last week or two, and I think that this is probably going to stay in this range because again it's got some really strong support until we have some more catalysts coming out about green energy, which will then start to push it forward, and we'll probably test onto the 200-day moving average, which is around the 41,000 mark. So that is going to be the new area of resistance for Bitcoin. So getting in around this price will probably be good for the long term. And I was watching a huge show with CATHIE Wood, and she was saying exactly that none of her convictions has changed on Bitcoin. So she's actually been buying more the Bitcoin on GBTC, which is like it's kind of like a Bitcoin ETF, and she's been buying this up over the last few weeks since we had that pullback, and she's really excited. So again, just holding strong on a lot of these plays. And if you're wanting something to hedge against inflation, then you can get Brookfield Infrastructure Partners, which is BIP stock, because this stock is going to pay you a dividend, and again they can actually raise their prices with inflation. So if you're looking for like a 15 to 20% gain per year, this is the stock to hold. If you're worried about obviously like a lot of the volatility in some of the plays like Neo that are spiking up and down 10-15% in a single week or even in a single day, because some of these plays are just crazy, then again BIP is probably going to be a stock that you're going to want to have in your portfolio to diversify you, and it's in that different sector. And also Disney as a reopening play, super bullish on Disney. You want to try and catch this below 170, especially if we do have that sell-off like I said coming in the next 2 weeks, then we can hopefully get this to around that $200 to $235 price targets by the end of the year. and if we can get this at 160, then again that represents about 15 to 25% upside, depending on where the price goes. Obviously, if you get this under 165, then again you're going to have some nice gains moving throughout the next 12 months especially. So these are two stocks that I'm watching. And with my stake with Virgin Galactic, like I said, I'd sold this because the technicals have lined up that we have obviously a really strong resistance layer. Twice we've touched around this area before, and then we've also come back down to around that $11 price range. And again, the second time that this happened, we actually sold off to $23. So I've got this drawn up on a support layer for Virgin Galactic. Probably going to get back in around $22 to $23. So it's just about waiting out now for that dip to come back in. And Palantir I haven't spoken about on my channel for a long time, so just quickly looking at some of the technicals on here, you can see that this is a layer of resistance. If I bring this across, you can see that we've tested onto here many times in April. We tested here at the end of April, and again we also tested down here in March, and even before we've actually used this as a layer of consolidation in January, so like 5 months ago. So this is a really strong key support and resistance layer for Palantir, around $20 to $24, that's the range. But if we break above this in the next week or two, then again you can expect those highs again of $27, but it all depends again on how that break is going to go. But if we're seeing a sell-off in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, then we're not going to see that break, so we're going to probably come back down. But if you guys want to write in the comments below if you want me to do any of your stocks that you're holding, if you want me to look through them, then let me know below, because I'm happy to go through some of the technicals on there, draw up some charts. We'll go from the 4 hour and then we'll go into the 15-minute chart, so we'll have like a further breakdown, so we can do that. So let me know, because there's a few of you tuned in. And we've got Tesla. Tesla has been selling off like crazy. I can't believe the stock is down so much from their all-time highs in February. Look at that. Dropped down about 35%, which is crazy. Now we're sitting at $588. And I was at work yesterday and there was 2 Teslas at work, and I was so excited. I even got a picture on my phone. Wait, I've just got to get it up because it's just so exciting. This is the Tesla at my work yesterday. Absolutely loved it. Look at that. Oh, it's coming up nice and clear on the camera. But I was pretty excited. I went and found the owner and had a conversation with them, and they was just saying how, you know, Tesla is the future, like electrical vehicles are here to stay, and it's just coming into fruition. You know, there's going to be so much boom coming over the next few years. It's so exciting to invest in these companies like NIO and Tesla, expanding Li Auto. All of these companies that are going to forever change how we perceive fossil fuels and electric cars. And then moving through in the next like 5 years, there's going to be this huge shift, because right now the market cap of EVs is between like 2 and 4%. So we're going to have this huge transition where 20 to 35% by 2025, moving through into 2030, is going to be the production capacity for electrical vehicles and not fossil fuels. So these companies that we're holding in our portfolio, like NIO and Tesla, their productions and their numbers are just going to like double, triple from what they are now, and that's going to allow this share price, as the costs associated with manufacturing them come down. It's going to be a good deflationary force on inflation moving forwards, and it's going to allow these companies to have a higher profitability. So this company will reach profitability by about 2023 of NIO, from my estimations with their revenues, and then this share price is just going to take off. So obviously getting in at these key levels right now of support from that big sell-off from the 52-week high that we had since last year, which was around the $63 mark. You're going to get a bargain, obviously, if you can get near anywhere between $40 and $30 moving into the next 3-4 years and holding this one in your portfolio. It's going to be like solid. They're also going to have their autonomous taxi network, which is where a lot of their revenue is going to actually come from. And NIO are really concentrating right now on their sedan, their luxury sedan in China. So that is what they're moving through and hoping to capture a lot of the market cap on. So obviously if we see that ramp up in production, then that is what's going to be the main driver and the key for this revenue going forward. And if you're looking for another stock in a different segment, then Planet 13 is a stock that I'm holding in my portfolio. Absolutely love this stock, and we've been in consolidation on this stock now since February, so we've just been going up and down. You can see that we had a wedge, we broke down below, so getting this one at 560 would have been a really great sign. They're growing their revenues by about 80% per year right now, which is massive. Any company that's grown more than 20% per year of compounded annual growth rate, then that's something you want to look for in a stock, and this stock is doing 80%, so it's 4 times the amount. So obviously getting this stock right now before institutions combine as well, because again, once they have federal legalization in the MJ space, as I call it, you're going to see another push in this stock moving forward. So yeah, these are some of the stocks I'm holding, and technically you can see that we've got a really strong resistance layer around $7 on Planet 13. So these are stocks that I'm watching, the MJ space. We've got those recovery stocks that I spoke about before with Disney and BIP, and they're going to be really, really good for the recovery, and also moving into hedge against inflation, and also Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is also a hedge against inflation. So once we see more green renewable sources coming out for Bitcoin miners over the next few years, then that's hopefully going to allow that price to get back up to that $1 trillion to $2 trillion market cap, and then moving through, as Cathy Wood's prediction is, $10 trillion on the market cap of Bitcoin. Once the S&P 500 companies start to pile back in, like Tesla, I'm sure they will be back. And what I think will happen is they'll probably announce that they're working on a new green energy for the Bitcoin mining space, and that is when they're probably going to then allow it to be used again in their balance sheet, and they're going to use Bitcoin to then be bought. You can buy Teslas with. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff going on in the markets. That's why I've been buying Coinbase at these levels as well, because this company is going to be doing some really, really high-end revenues with the way that crypto is soaring right now. If you look at how crypto is soaring on a scale, if you go to Google Trends, you'll see that crypto is just on an absolute boom, and it's only set to go even further. This is literally just the tip of the iceberg. So once we have that shift into cryptos full time, and a lot of people get involved with it, and there's a lot more people every day that I know, even my friends are talking about, like, what's this crypto, Jason, that you're buying, and people want to know, and accounts are being opened, and Coinbase own one of the largest amounts of the market cap of people buying into cryptos like Bitcoin and things. So they're going to have, you know, massive fees coming in and out from their buying and selling. So this company will benefit moving forward, which is why I'm owning this one. And again, it's such an early startup to be invested in a company like this. If you think of investing back in Amazon back in the 80s, crypto's only just beginning. We don't know where it's going to go. The future of crypto in the next 20, 30 years could be absolutely enormous. So getting at these levels right now, for me, I'm very happy to hold this for 10 years in my portfolio. So this is another one that I am looking into. So yeah, that marks up some of the plays right now. Just wanted to have a quick live, 15-minute live on here, just to let you guys know what's going on, and to have a look on some of the charts where I'm looking obviously at buying back into Virgin Galactic SPCE. Obviously, as I said at the beginning of this video, where I see the NASDAQ and the S&P selling off, and some of the plays right now that I am watching. So again, not happy with the stocks spiking up too high, because then I can't buy them. What I want is always to get the stocks cheapest that I can. So when a stock is selling off, that's what I'm going to be buying in, and that's what I'm looking for in the markets, is those pullbacks, so I can in fact buy in the stocks at a cheaper price. And everyone always likes the opposite to me. They always want their stocks to be green and fly up. But I've learned over time that I want my stocks to go as low as possible, so I can get as many shares at a cheaper price, and then once they're ready, let them have, you know, that gigantic push, sell out, just like Virgin Galactic did obviously this week, where I made 100% gain, made quite a few £100 from this, which was really, really lovely. And then I just sold my position, walk away with the profits, and then I'll wait for that pullback to come back in, and then I'll get back in at a lower price and do exactly the same thing again. But again, you just don't know when these companies are going to take off, when we're going to have good catalysts. So that's why it's about being in it to win it, and you just have to dollar cost average in. And if you're in it for the long time with a lot of these plays, then that's fine. But the reason I took 100% profit on this was, again, because we saw a 100% increase in that share price over the course of 3 days, which is just not normal in this market condition. So I was very happy to move my money out. Yeah, so that marks up this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that you have a lovely Friday, and yeah, enjoy, and I'll see you guys back on my channel soon. Ciao.